What if someone decided to eat nothing but candy for 30 days? No meals, no snacks, just pure sugar morning to night. It's the kind of idea that sounds fun for about 5 seconds. Then your stomach starts quietly asking what it did to deserve this. This is where Science Unleashed jumps in, digging into the science, the history, and the strange effects this sugary experiment would unleash on the body. Today, we're exploring what might happen if someone lived on candy alone for an entire month. Candy didn't start the way we know it now. Thousands of years ago, people used honey as a treat, long before chocolate bars and gummy worms existed. By the 1800s, factories mass-produced sugary snacks, making candy cheap and everywhere. Over the years, humans discovered something interesting. Our brains love sugar because it releases dopamine, the reward chemical. The problem? Our bodies weren't built to run on sugar alone. A candy-only diet is like trying to power a car with soda. It might go for a moment, but things break fast. Here's something to think about before we dive deeper. If candy feels so good in the moment, why does the body react so badly to it long-term? In the first few days of eating only candy, blood sugar levels would swing wildly. Most candies send glucose into the bloodstream extremely fast, causing a sharp spike followed by a crash. People might feel jittery, overly hungry, or suddenly exhausted. Nutrition studies show that diets high in added sugar can raise blood glucose by 20–40% above normal levels after meals. The body scrambles to control the chaos, using insulin like a fire extinguisher. By days 4 to 7, someone would start lacking essential nutrients, proteins, healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals. Without protein alone, the body begins breaking down muscle tissue to get the amino acids it needs for basic repair. In just a week, muscle mass could drop by a few percent. The person might think, well, at least chewing gummies works my jaw. But unfortunately, jaw strength doesn't count towards survival. Around days 8 to 12, mood becomes unpredictable. High sugar intake can mess with serotonin balance, leading to irritability or anxiety. People might experience brain fog or trouble focusing, since the brain relies on stable glucose levels, not sugar roller coasters. Research links high sugar diets to up to a 30% increased risk of mood disturbances. This is the point where even candy lovers would start questioning life choices. By days 13 to 15, digestion gets messy. Candy has almost no fiber, so the digestive system slows down. Constipation becomes common, and the gut microbiome, the good bacteria that help digest food, begins to weaken. A weak microbiome can reduce immune strength by as much as 20%. Think of your gut bacteria like tiny workers who suddenly showed up to the job site and found nothing to do. Heading into days 16 to 20, energy levels plummet. Without fats and protein, the body can't maintain muscles, hormones, or proper cell repair. People might notice their hair looking dull, skin becoming dry, or nails getting brittle. The body is clever, but it can't build strong tissue out of licorice and cherry lollipops. By the time someone reaches days 21 to 25, the liver is under serious strain. Excess sugar, especially fructose, gets stored as fat. Studies show high fructose intake can increase liver fat by more than 10% in just a few weeks. This can lead to early signs of fatty liver disease. The person might also feel constant thirst, headaches, and frequent crashes. That sugar high becomes more like a sugar flatline. The final stretch, days 26 to 30, becomes rough. Immune function drops, muscle mass decreases further, and hormonal balance goes off course. Cortisol, the stress hormone, rises, hunger stays high even after eating, and inflammation spreads throughout the body. The person might notice dark circles under their eyes, constant fatigue, and slower recovery from small scrapes or colds. At this point, even the candy probably doesn't taste as exciting. It's just fuel at the lowest quality. Eating only candy for 30 days would likely lead to muscle loss, unstable mood, weakened immunity, digestive trouble, and early signs of organ stress. It wouldn't be instantly deadly, but it would absolutely push the body in a dangerous direction. And honestly, halfway through the month, the person might start dreaming about vegetables the way people dream about vacations. Now here's something to wonder. If the body reacts this strongly to the absence of real food, what does that say about how much it depends on balance rather than pleasure? There's a clear lesson hidden inside this sugary what if. The body needs variety, Proteins to build, fats to stabilize, vitamins to protect, and carbs to fuel. Relying on only one type of food, especially something with almost no nutrients, throws everything out of balance. It also teaches that pleasure-based choices feel good for a moment, but can hurt long-term health. Self-control becomes easier when you understand how much your body actually wants to help you if you give it what it needs. Is that moderation really does matter? Candy isn't the villain. It just isn't meant to run the whole system. A small treat can brighten a day, but living on sweets alone is like trying to sleep on a trampoline. It might work briefly, but it won't end well. And it raises another question. If something tastes good, yet harms the body in excess, how do we find the balance that still lets us enjoy life? This explanation is for educational purposes only. Anyone dealing with health concerns or eating issues should speak with a professional before making changes to their diet. And since you stayed with us to the end, thank you for being part of this journey. Feel free to explore more of our videos, share your favorites, and stick around to help Science Unleashed keep growing as we break down more surprising what-if scenarios.